Hey everybody, this is True Disciple bringing you another StarCraft 2 commentary. Today I'm bringing you a game from one of my favorite Zerg players, Yaz, and he is going up against the blue Terran. So it's Yaz playing the is this purple, purple or pink? No, I think it's pink. Yes, pink Zerg, and we have the blue Terran HotS up here. This is a clan war match. It's being played on the map Testbug. For those of you that don't know, the map Testbug is an iCCup map. It's a custom map, and it's a very interesting map. So it has 3 spawn locations. So the 2 that our players are at here, and there is one other spawn location up here as well. The interesting features about this map is they've added these this extra neutral supply depot here, which can be used to help block off and wall in from run-bys and stuff like that. So it's a nice little extra building here to protect the bottom of your ramp. So there can be some interesting play with those. Additionally, we have one Xel'Naga watchtower in the middle, a Xel'Naga watchtower that isn't within range of seeing the 3 other Xel'Naga watchtowers. Now, the 3 other Xel'Naga watchtowers are not touchable by ground units until these destructible rocks are destroyed, with 3 armor and 1500 hit points. Another interesting feature is we have 3 gold mineral expansions in the middle of the map that are guarded by destructible rocks, with also 3 armor and 2000 hit points that are right up against the minerals, and so you are actually able to build a base, say here or here, before destroying the rocks, but you won't be able to mine the minerals until you destroy them, which I think is pretty smart, because before you had rocks that were here, and somebody could build a base right there and still mine them. It'd be a little bit long distance towards the minerals on the edge far away, or the gas far away, but you still could do it and profit from it without having to bring your army, commit your army for those few moments to be able to destroy that. And also, you could expand there before you had a large enough army to really do it. And look at this, missing this already. HotS is up here building a barracks here, and there was some harassment from these workers trying to kill the worker before it finished, but they were unable to, killing the worker right as it finished. And the first Marine is coming out. Meanwhile, we see that Yaz is pulling up towards his base. He isn't going to scout him yet. I don't think either player has scouted either player's base yet. We have Yaz was heading in the wrong direction, but he has stopped now as he's realizing that his opponent is over here. And he's probably going to send this Overlord at some point over here to scout. So, or he might avoid scouting with the Overlord at this point and just kind of save it to keep an eye on his expansion to see for the timing of the expansion if it comes. And it looks like HotS is going for that early expansion, and that's an interesting play by him, a smart play. And we did notice that Yaz was forced to. I think Yaz was planning on going for hatchery first, but forced to throw down the spawning pool first as he saw that early harass coming. But now that it was spotted by Yaz, he's decided against it. I guess he was kind of hoping that Yaz would go by with his scout through here, which is pretty common. Although most high level players will touch by nearby Xel'Naga watchtowers anytime possible, and that's a very smart play and something to keep in mind when you're playing your games in ladder and against your friends. Is when you're sending that initial scout, always try to stop by a Xel'Naga watchtower along the way, as it can oftentimes reveal their scout to you, so that you can plan for the arrival of their scout, and oftentimes it will reveal some cheese. So it is pretty good to do that. Meanwhile, we got these Lings unable to penetrate this defense, even with only 1 Marine here, but very smartly leaving this one Zergling here. And I'm wondering if did Yaz see? Let's check real quick and see if Yaz saw. No, he did not see. He does not know about the command center yet. So, but look at this, trying to do a bunker rush, trying to pull off a bunker rush, but Yaz defending it no problem. And that was an interesting decision there, especially with the Marines so far away. I don't know if he was, what he was thinking there. Maybe he came down with a Marine or 2, but I definitely didn't see exactly what happened there. So sorry about that, but that was a failed bunker rush right there. And meanwhile, as I said, this Overlord is coming over here, and is going to be watching this base. Going to be watching for the expansion, I guess. So I guess he'll probably pull it closer because of that. No, that he won't be expanding there, at least not first. So, but that being said, we see that look at Yaz destroying, as I mentioned, the supply depot, because obviously for Zerg, you want to be able to move your army around your base as quickly as possible. You want to have your army mobile, especially when you're dealing against Terran that oftentimes does drops, and if they drop back here, they're able to kill your 6 workers that are on gas quickly, and if you can't pull your army through here from the top of your base or even around, you have to go all the way around your base. That's definitely not an ideal situation. So, but look at this Overlord scouting back here. And where's this Overlord going? Just kind of scout around the edge of the bases to see if he can pick anything up. He doesn't want to commit right now. He doesn't want to sacrifice that Overlord at this point in time, apparently. But look at this. We have a factory going down. It is building a reactor and a starport. So I am assuming that this reactor is going to be for that starport. He's going to probably swap them off so that he can supplement these. Look at this. We got 3 barracks, all building Marines. And yes, he is building the stim pack research. So we are looking at some kind of Marine drop here, most likely. He's definitely going to probably, yep, there he goes, swapping these off, and he's going to build 2 medevacs and probably send off 2 medevacs, which is a pretty smart play, especially since that will probably allow him to expand at the same time, as Yaz will not be able to commit his troops up here to prevent this expansion, and he'll only need a few Marines to get rid of this Zergling. And here we see, look at Yaz moving in, and let's see, what did Yaz actually see there? There we go. So Yaz is seeing the starport. He didn't see the reactor, but he sees the 3 barracks. He sees the 3 barracks, and so he's got to be expecting drop play at this point in time. So let's get back to everybody's vision there. And there we go. The 2 dropships are now out. And how is Yaz responding to this? Yaz is responding to this. Well, he's already responded to this. He's got spore crawlers up and ready to go. I guess he was kind of expecting some kind of play like this, and he is keeping up on his creep tumors, which is extremely important. If you've been watching those Spanishiwa games, you've definitely seen how important creep is and how important it can be. And definitely, like, a lot of players say, well, you know, why would you put down 2 creep tumors when you only need 1? Well, if you've watched some of those Spanishiwa games, you've seen how important they can be, and sometimes Spanishiwa will even have like 5 or 6 creep tumors all stacked up together. And because even if the Terran throws down a scanner, even if the Protoss have an observer, they have to stop and kill each one of the creep tumors, and that slows down their progression, and it gives you time to build up your army and react to them. Oh, and here we go, the first drop here. Where is that second dropship? He's able to stop that drop, but where is that second? There is the second dropship doing a double drop at the same time. Very smart play, but not controlling it very well. He needs to push him in. If he had pushed them in a little bit sooner, like right now he's only killing Zerglings, and so he's doing no economical damage, and this is going to get cleaned up. He is killing some of the army, but that will be cleaned up no problem. He just didn't move quickly enough, and I guess he was focusing more on controlling this other dropship over here, or the Viking that he has here now. This is Viking, though. This Viking has no kills yet, but here he comes in, and he's going to drop in here, and he's going to try to kill this Overlord, and I'm not sure I like this play. I think he should move it in and try to get rid of this spore crawler, which is definitely in the way for him. So, but I guess that isn't that important. But they're gonna clean this up with the Viking. See, the Viking could have easily taken this out by himself. He should have done that and used those Marines for maybe some harassment down here on this side, away from the spine crawler. But meanwhile, the Viking is still paying for itself, doing some harassment, killing off some of these overlords. But in the meantime, Yaz is expanding again, and while I've been talking about this, HotS was able to get this expansion, which is definitely a big plus for him. Throwing down some supply depots in the back to prevent those Zergling run-bys. And he does have a bunker in the front, and siege tanks with siege tech researched. So he is definitely moving along quite nicely. He is well entrenched and well able to defend himself. He's on 2 base versus what is now going to become a 3-base Zerg. But this medevac has now scouted this base. He knows this base is here, and I think that he's probably going to try to put some pressure on this base and try to get rid of it before it starts to get saturated. Getting some droning up. He's building 12 drones right now on the production tab and upgrading his Zerg attack level 2. Let's check the attacks real quick on our Terran player. So our Terran player with no upgrades yet, and he's going to be going up with level 2 upgraded Zerg. So I think he's definitely going to want to get some upgrades coming up soon. He should have an engineering bay already. Yes, he does, but no upgrades on the way quite yet. I think he definitely needs to start working on the upgrades. And Yaz is bypassing him, going to be bypassing him on macro very soon if he doesn't. Oh, and scratch that, looking like he's going for another command center. Very smart. Although it looks like he's going to have to cancel this command center. Yes, indeed, he will have to cancel that command center. Very nice play by Yaz, keeping that map control, keeping him contained, and HotS doing the only thing he can possibly do right now to kind of try to regain some of this map control. Meanwhile, Yaz expanding again to this base. We definitely need to see some pressure from HotS at this point, because HotS is just falling behind in this game. And let's check the income tab real quick and see what's going on there. Right now, Yaz is pulling ahead quite a bit. And do we have any mules out right now? No, we have no mules out right now, so this is the solid income. that there is right now. So, and he is able to supply block Yaz. He's doing some more harassment, obviously, with the